Welcome to the show. I'm Tony, this Pops. We had a long day of games. We're going to jump right into it. The Lakers just beat the Rockets. Game 1, 107-98. With the win tonight, Pops, what chance do you get the Lakers to win this series?
I give him a 50% chance now. Before I found out KD wasn't playing, I gave them a very low chance of winning the series. I picked the Rockets to win in 5, but now I think this series, the way LeBron played tonight and the way they look defensively, with all the players back healthy, I think this is a 7-game series. But I think Houston pulls it out. But yeah, they definitely surprised me tonight. The Lakers did, the way they came out defensively, the way LeBron came out, he didn't seem like he had the verbal piano on his back. Seemed like he carried them, especially in that first quarter, dishing out 8 assists, and just really putting the team on his back. But I'm still taking the Rockets in 7. I'm taking the Lakers in 7. But if all players are healthy, I'm taking the Rockets in 7.
So even if Luka and AR come back, you're still taking the Rockets.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rockets in 7 if everybody's healthy.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate the fact that KD sat out today. I know they say he got a knee injury, that he hit his knee in practice, but I'm like, you gotta go today. We need this game.
Well, it was a toss-up game. Luka didn't play, so it could have went either way. So KD, I feel like he forced him sitting this game out.
Yeah, I feel like they did that too. Like Luka AR out, we can afford to sit you out, let you rest a little bit. But I just felt like you wanted to kind of get out ahead as far as you can before them guys come back, because during the regular season, the Lakers got the Rockets number. You know what they did to them the last 2 games? They trapped KD. They had them turning the ball over at a high rate. I just felt like you should want to come out and put your foot on their throat. But now they got life. Now they think they can beat y'all. They can hang with y'all. LeBron out here with a triple-double. You let Luke Kennard give you 27. And the Rockets need a point guard. They got Amin Thomas running point guard. That's not his game. That's not his game.
Not at all.
And then see Sengun 6 for 19, 19 points. He didn't let DeAndre Ayton outplay him. I thought he was gonna have a monster game. They needed him to have a monster game. He can't. I don't know.
Yeah, think about it. They're on the road too, so that plays a huge factor. Into how these players play. Especially role players. Luke Kennard, I don't think he's gonna have that type of game in Houston. Know what I mean? DeAndre Ayton, judging by his, season with the Lakers, I don't think he's gonna have a monster game over there in Houston either. So, yeah, I just, chop it up to, it being home field advantage basically.
When they go on the road, the Lakers role players gonna fold.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That crowd get on their ass, and those players get those jitters, and everybody just don't have that in them to be able to go on the road and tell the crowd, be quiet. I'm here to do what I do.
Yeah. DeAndre Ayton had a good game too. 19 points, 11 rebounds, shot 8 for 10. Rui
Yeah, he
had.
did. Yeah, he did. He did good out there. Like I said, if all players are healthy, this is going 7 games. But I'm still taking the Rockets. I'm taking the Rockets.
Well, whoever win going home next round anyway, because they got to play OKC. So you playing for a second round exit.
You know what? I probably would give the Lakers a better chance against OKC than the Rockets.
I would too.
They play better team defense. You know what I mean? So I give them a better chance than Houston
And the
because
Rockets don't have a point guard either. I think the OKC gonna take advantage of that.
yeah, and I just give them a better chance because their stars are different age. KD is the Houston Rockets star. He's in his 30s.
Yeah, he like
Luka
30.
is in his 20s. So that's why I give the Lakers a better chance just because Luka, the star, is younger.
Yeah, they got more scoring too with Luca, AR, Braun. The Rockets without KD, that was looking bad, man. They really need KD. They
Yeah, but
need.
they're on the road though. So I'm not gonna put too much into it just because now if they were at home, then I'm like, damn, yeah, the Lakers might win this one and shit in 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put too much into it. You know, those guys on the road had the jitters. Not many of them have playoff experience. So
Yep.
that's I'm chopping up to that.
On the road without their best player, so yeah. I kind of figured like, okay, if KD not playing, I mean, the Lakers got LeBron. LeBron not finna lose against a bunch of guys. I just knew he wasn't finna lose against them. But who does this series mean more for? LeBron or KD? Getting out this series, who would that do more for?
Well, to do more for KD because right now KD is the leader of that team. He's the leading scorer of that team. He's carrying that team right now. LeBron is like the third option. But if LeBron could get them out of the first round without Luca, it would mean more to LeBron. But if Luca comes back, Luca's gonna be the reason they would make it out of the first round, not LeBron.
Yeah.
For that reason, it'll mean more to KD because KD is the man over there right now.
Yeah. I think it'll mean more for KD too, because since he left Golden State Warriors, KD only won one playoff series.
Yeah.
LeBron kind of established, he in a GOAT conversation. He 41. He really don't need to do nothing. Everything he doing right now is just cherry on the top, whipped cream on the top. So him losing to KD and the Rockets without Luka and AR at 41, it ain't nobody gonna really look at that as a bad thing. He's in a win-win situation. If he win, he gonna get a lot of praise. If he lose, he's 41. He is 41. KD 37, still at the end of his prime, but KD's supposed to win this series, but he battling that knee injury. So if KD not healthy, Lakers might take them out if he's not gonna be 100% healthy.
Yeah, if he's not 100%, he did have a slight limp. I don't know how bad that injury is. Shit, playing the NBA game, that slight limp could lead to something serious.
Yeah, so he ain't play at all, but I bet you he gonna try to go next game. They can't go down 0-2. They go down 0-2, it might get ugly. They go down
Well, it
0.
all depends on when is Luca's timetable and when is AR's timetable. If they're not coming back into game 3, game 4, I believe KD probably sit out game 2. If they go down 0-2 and he can get back home for 3 and 4,
Right. But
you
I
know,
think Luca, if the Lakers can push this game about 6 or 7, Luca could come back. But I think they said Austin Reeves that the Lakers need to go to the second round for him to come back.
if Luca's not coming back into game 6 or game 7, yeah, KD can afford to sit out the next game. You
So
know.
if he sit out the next game and they lose, that means he gonna have to at least go to game 6.
Yeah, they're gonna go home, and if KD can come back game 3 and 4, they're gonna go home and take care of business, tie it up there.
Yeah.
And Luca will be back for game 6, I guess.
And hopefully he be a little rusty and y'all can take advantage of it. That'll be your best bet.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the fact that KD set out, man. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm a Kobe guy, I feel like he's supposed to toughen that up and just,
Maybe in the regular season. Maybe in the regular season you play through it, but not in the playoffs, especially in the first round. Maybe if this was the conference finals or the championship round, then yeah. But not in the first round against a team that doesn't have Luca against a 41-year-old LeBron.
and that's probably what they thinking. They probably thinking exactly that. Well, they ain't got Luke and AR. We could probably get them at least one time. But the way
Exactly.
it's looking today, I don't know.
I don't think LeBron is gonna have those same legs come game 2.
You don't think so?
No, because he played almost 40 minutes.
Well, yeah, he played
30,
38.
yeah, almost 40 minutes. I don't think he's gonna have those same legs come game 2. So that's gonna be their opportunity to steal that one game.
Yeah, they gonna have to hope that age settle in on them.
It is. Father time is undefeated. It is what it is. That's life.
It
You know.
is. With the Clippers getting eliminated from the play-in, the Thunder get their lottery pick. So the Clippers,
Damn, the Thunder to get that lot, but it shouldn't be a high pick though.
they got a 2% chance to get the number one pick. When the Mavericks just got the number one pick, I think they had like a 2% chance too. They gifted the Mavericks that number one pick because They traded
Yeah,
Luka to the Lakers, so we gonna get y'all the number one pick. Because I remember seeing something about the NBA ratings suffering, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden Luka go to the Lakers.
Just like with LeBron going to Cleveland, and just like with Derrick Rose going to Chicago, I think all that was rigged. You
Yeah,
know,
this a $1 billion industry. We ain't finna leave everything up for chance now. We gonna control some of this stuff.
exactly,
But
exactly.
do you think the Clippers, the whole Kawhi Clippers situation with them giving up, going to get Kawhi, giving up all that for Paul George, they gave up Shea, they done gave up their whole future draft picks, getting them another lottery pick this year. So with all that, and Kawhi and Paul George, they bring them no championship. Paul George is in Philadelphia now. So with all that being said, did the Clippers get their money's worth from this whole Kawhi situation?
Well, when the deal first went down, it seemed like it was a big deal. It was a great deal. Kawhi was just coming off winning a championship, and then to get a young at that time, young Paul George. Yeah, that was a great move. It's just you can't predict injuries. You can't predict the future. But you could have kind of taken that into account that Kawhi is a injury prone guy. Paul George in a sort of funny type of way. Now, when you think about it, nah, they didn't get near the amount of money they put into getting those guys and the capital that they gave up to get those guys. I don't think they got anywhere near a good return on that investment. It was a bad move. Yeah, they sold a lot of tickets, so I guess the owner made his money. The
Yeah.
fans didn't get what they wanted out of it.
Yeah, I think they needed to get a championship out of that. They didn't mortgage their whole future. They ain't got nothing to look forward to. And Kawhi really ain't gave him nothing because he be hurt. When he play, he's playing very well. But I think I read somewhere he ain't won a playoff series since 2021. So it's just like, what we doing? Every time, like I know they was playing Phoenix, he was playing good against Phoenix like 2 years ago. He get hurt. It's just like every time he get it going, get it rolling, he get hurt, and it's just like it ain't nothing he can do about it. But it's like, bro, we didn't give up all this to go get. You told us to go get Paul George, and going to get Paul George, we gave away Shea, who's finna be a 2-time MVP. He got a chance to be a 2-time Finals MVP if they win the Finals this year. Although Paul George was coming off an MVP caliber season, it's just that's gonna look like one of the worst trades in NBA history. Probably behind that AD and Luka trade. That's shoot, you probably can argue that one worse. It's bad.
Yeah, that that AD and Luka trade. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. Man, that was crazy. If you think about it, Luka being in that Los Angeles market,
Yeah,
it kind of brought, it made you want to watch.
they
Him
do.
being in Dallas, that didn't do anything. But him being with the Lakers, though, it kind of makes you want to watch.
Yeah, the Dallas like more people gonna check for the Lakers than Dallas, and LeBron getting old. The Lakers need another superstar. AD was always injured. It's like we got to get another superstar in that market. And
Yep.
Luka doing what it do because he over there leading the league in scoring, be dropping 40, be dragging them to the playoffs. He that was a good pickup for the Lakers. Shoot, I don't know what the Mavericks was thinking. AD for Luka,
Yeah, 25-year-old Luka, however old he was at that time.
he was like 25. AD was they both was hurt during the trade, but man, I'm not trading no Luka for no Anthony Davis. Not with his history. Not with his
Exactly.
history. They're just stupid. And Luka just came off a finals appearance with y'all. Y'all just came from the championship. And you gonna trade him the next season for Anthony Davis?
Yeah, that's how you know that was the league. So the league interfered and made that happen. The Raiders are terrible. I'm not watching basketball like that anymore. I watch it now because it's the playoffs. I watch the highlights or whatever. But no, I don't watch it like that because a lot of these players I don't even know who they are, man. It's
Yeah.
just not as exciting as it used to be. So they have to do something to get it to pop again. If Curry, LeBron, and KD, the older players, get together and try to make a run and go at these young guys and say, hey, we still holding this down. I want to see them go against the Spurs and go against the Thunder for the championship. You know what I mean? Curry, KD, LeBron, uh,
One
who
last
else out there? Some of the Harden, bring them over there. all the older guys, get them on the same team and with a mixture of some of the young guys and go at the Thunder and they go at Detroit. You
You
know what
think
I mean?
they can win a championship? KD, Curry, Bron.
Do I think they can win one?
Yeah, at their age.
With the right mixture of players, yeah, with the right mixture of youth, you know, they need they're gonna need some young go getters.
Yeah, somebody gonna know how to put a team around them.
Yeah.
But it be seeming like it ain't too many teams now that know how to build teams. I feel like it's only a handful of teams who actually know how to build a team.
But would that be a team that you'd be going in the house to watch?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that'd be great for the league, but I don't think Bron gonna do it.
Nah. You say
I
Bron
don't
wouldn't
think. I
do it?
really think it'll be KD. I really think it'll be KD because KD can't win another championship with Steph Curry. I feel like he not gonna like that because then that narrative gonna continue to say, "Oh, you can't win without Steph Curry." I don't
Well,
think
not,
he'll want a team back with Steph Curry.
no, that wouldn't be the narrative now because they're at the end of their career now. Now, if he was still in his prime, then yeah, you would say that. But now they're at the end of their career now. You know what I mean? So that wouldn't be the narrative now. The narrative would be the old guys against these young guys. I was looking forward to them
Yeah,
playing, in this All-Star game, and they let the young guys wipe them off the floor. You know what I'm saying? They let Ant Dog and them wipe them off the floor. But they beat the the non-FBA players, the foreign players. You know what I mean? But the young players don't got up with them. So
you
I
know
would
them
like to
foreign
see that.
players they don't be taking the All Star game serious.
Well, Wemby did.
Wemby did, but you seen what Jokic was doing. Jokic was out there bull jiving, man. He wasn't. I don't be liking that. But yeah,
Well,
M-Man
maybe
done
next
brought it.
year,
But I would
maybe
love to see
next year he'll
LeBron,
take it
KD, and
serious.
Steph Curry do it.
Maybe next year he'll take it serious because Wemby kind of set the standard, of the level of play of that game. This isn't gonna be just in a game without the playing globetrotter ball. They were out there really balling.
Yeah. But yeah, LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry, I think they could. I think they could make a run. I think they could make
Yeah,
a run. But I'm gonna say this: the Thunder and the Spurs built to last. They gonna be in the way.
yeah, they
I'd
are.
rather for them to probably go out east. Go out east, so you only have to play one of them teams probably.
Yeah, well, go back to Cleveland.
All three of them probably ain't gonna be able to go to Cleveland because Cleveland already got Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland already got some players. We gonna move on to Steph Curry and the Warriors. They got eliminated by the Phoenix Suns yesterday by the score 111-96. I thought though, I'm like, I don't think they'll be able to win two play-in games. They beat the Clippers, but I'm like, I don't know if they'll be able to win two. The Warriors is not that good. Should Steph Curry lead the Warriors, or should he stay and hope they bring in another player that can help? And if so, what player you think they should bring in?
And Steph Curry should be a lifelong warrior. I don't think he should leave at this stage and age. He already has 4 championships. So what else is there for him to do? I mean, if they really want to compete for a championship, I would say because I don't know if they have any trade assets or any picks coming up. So I don't think they could rebuild that way. They don't even have the players to trade anymore. They got rid of Kaminga. Jimmy Butler, his stock is low. He's not really valuable anymore. If they could convince Giannis to
He
come
hurt
over there,
too.
then I think that would give them a shot. To be back into the top four of the Western Conference.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the Giannis. That's who I had on my man, Giannis. I'm like, you can probably get Giannis over there. We'll probably have something to talk about. But I don't even know if they have the assets to go even get Giannis. Because who they gonna trade? You got Draymond. You got a bunch of really nobodies. You got Polinsky, or however you say his name. I don't even know, like the Warriors ain't got nobody. They got Steph Curry for real and Draymond, and I don't think the Bucks gonna want no Draymond for no Giannis Antetokounmpo. They got Porzingis over there, Al Horford, Gary Payton II. Don't nobody want them players. I ain't gonna. Don't nobody want them. So
Well,
you said they gonna take who?
They would take Draymond and those players if they just want to, unload Giannis in that contract. They would take those expiring contracts.
But they don't want Giannis to leave. Giannis want to leave. Ain't no superstar coming to Milwaukee. So once you lose a superstar, you're going to be in purgatory for a long time.
Yep.
In one of them small markets. You got to draft well. They drafted Giannis. They got them. Because you got to think about the last superstar they really had before Giannis was Kareem. You know how long it been since Kareem played. They not trying to go through that again. They had Jabari Parker, a Chicago kid.
They had a young Ray Allen, too.
Yeah, they had a young Ray. Yeah.
They had a big dog, Glenn Robinson. They had some ballers over there.
Superstars.
Stars. I wouldn't say superstars, but they had some ballers over there. They had some players over there.
Giannis a 30-12 guy. They ain't falling off the trees.
They never had a player the caliber of Giannis, though.
Yeah, since Kareem. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like they offered him an extension, but he don't want to sign it. So they don't want him to just walk away and they don't get nothing for him. So they want to get max value for him. That's why they set him down too. He was trying to play, but they don't want him to get hurt. Because if he get hurt, his value gonna drop. So that's why they set him down, because he was getting hurt this year. So they you're not gonna tear your Achilles or something on our watch, and then don't nobody want to come and give us max value for you. They gonna take the best offer. I heard the Knicks want him, but I just don't want to see Steph Curry go out sad. He missing the playoffs every time I look up Steph Curry in the play-in. He missing the playoffs entirely. They always the 8th, 7th seed. Steph Curry, I mean, if this how you want to go out, cool. But like I said, I'm with you. I already rather see him go team up with somebody. Go team up with somebody for one last time. Make one last run at the championship. Steph Curry get another ring. Could we say he the best point guard of all time? Fair foul.
I really don't, I consider Steph Curry more of a shooting guard. Mark Price, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Johnson, Rondo.
But point guards don't come like that no more. Them old school point guards. Don't nobody really play like that no more. If you a point guard now, you gotta be able to put that ball in the basket.
Yeah. As far I still can't say he was the best. He's the best shooter. He don't handle the ball better than Kyrie Irving to me. He wasn't more athletic than Derrick Rose. So he's not more athletic than Ja Morant. He's a better shooter. I just, he got more championships. I don't think he's better than Kyrie Irving.
Wow. Even with 4 rings and 2 MVPs?
Look at the circumstances. Look at the team he was on. He lucked up when when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. He lucked up then. Then Kevin Durant came over there and won 2 championships for him. And then that last one, they kind of lucked up into that one.
You talking about when they beat the Celtics?
Yeah, that whole run they had, they lucked up that whole run when they won that 4th championship.
Man, we can't just be disrespecting Steph Curry like that now, though. What would you rank? Okay, give me your top 5 point guards then of all time.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top 5. Like I said, Isaiah, not in chronological order. This is just the top 5. Not to say who number 1, who number 2, and all that, but I'm just gonna name these guys. I got Kevin Johnson, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas. I got to throw Curry in there, and I got to throw Magic Johnson in there. Top 5 right there.
Yeah, I think right now I have to probably put Magic and Steph tough for me. My heart want to say put Steph first, but I know
Magic has 5 championships. How could you put Steph over Magic? And Magic was the real leader of the team.
I like Steph's game better. I like how he can stretch the flow. He'll threat as soon as he cross half court.
Magic was more exciting though.
You think, man, Steph Curry was exciting though. Magic was exciting too though. Showtime Lakers, I can't take that away. But Steph Curry was just as exciting. Shooting the 3, dribbling. I know you remember the Warriors Clippers days when he was just really coming into that stardom when they was playing Chris Paul, Lob City. Them series used to be interesting. Then they played OKC, KD and Russ. Then they had the James Harden Houston Rockets. I remember he used to play Anthony Davis in the Pelicans. Steph Curry, he was really exciting too. They went 73-9. He hit 400 threes. Ain't nobody been close to that since then.
Yeah, he's I think he's probably the best shooter in NBA history. Him and Reggie Miller. He just shot more than Reggie. I don't know if he's a better shooter than Reggie. They just didn't shoot as many shots as these players today.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They shoot way more threes now. But still, Reggie Miller won dribbling the ball behind his back and shooting threes. He wasn't shooting threes from half court.
He could have though. That just wasn't. They looked at you crazy when you did stuff like that back in those days. But Reggie got range like that. Where he could pull up from 6'7". If Steph could do it at 6'3", he can do it at 6'7".
But okay, so you would rather see like players come join Curry, or you would rather see him leave?
It all depends. If they all can get to Los Angeles or New York, y'all would rather see them go to either New York or Los Angeles. If not, then yeah, they just go to Golden State and finish it up there.
I'm saying they ain't going to Los Angeles because Los Angeles got Luka. Luka gonna demand he finna probably get paid $200-something million. That's gonna take up a lot of the salary cap. And I don't think LeBron because the Lakers trying to put LeBron on a minimum salary. That's why I think LeBron gonna leave the Lakers because LeBron ain't trying to get paid no vet minimum. Because
nobody's gonna pay him a max anymore, so he needs to get that out of his head.
Not a max, but make it respectable. Make it like give me at least $20 million a year. It ain't got to be $50 million a year, but can we do 30, 35? You gonna give me 10? Like a little role player or something?
He might be a $10 or $20 million player now.
So, but what if he win this series against the Rockets? That should drive his stock up. Is he still gonna be $10, $20 million player?
No, he's still gonna be a year older.
Yeah, he'll be a year older. He'll be 42 next year.
Yeah, so even if he make it out of this round, he still be a year old. He can't stop that clock from ticking.
Yeah.
But
I had made a video the other day about Jokic, and I was saying for a player of his caliber, he got 3 MVPs. He averaging a triple-double this year. He got a case for MVP this year. I feel like him getting eliminated every year, basically, he got 1 championship, and he beat the 8th seed Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler led Miami Heat for that championship. I'm like, every year, he's getting put out. Every year. A guy that's supposed to be a Pantheon great, why is he not being held to the same standards as when LeBron James was at his best? Or when Kobe was at his best? All these guys, it was championship or bust. But with Jokic, he could just get put out any round and we all just still sing his praises. So I'm trying, do Jokic not need to win another ring, or is he just fine? Is his legacy just fine how it is?
I think, especially with all of this talent in the NBA now, he definitely has to go back and even win another one to solidify, those MVPs he got. Because I damn sure don't believe he should have gotten all the MVPs that he got when they were saying they had voter fatigue when it was Giannis. And now the voter fatigue has now all of a sudden disappeared when it comes to this guy. So yeah, he definitely has to win another championship to validate those MVPs he got.
Yeah. Because, some people be going around talking about he the best in all time. I'm like, hold on. And then a lot of people like to use who he playing with. I'm like, he not playing with hot garbage now. Jamal can play. He ain't not an all-star. He only gonna be an all-star 1 time. Bro, he in the Western Conference. He's a guard with Steph Curry a guard over there, Ant-Man a guard over there, Luka. Bro, he's not gonna make it over them guys, but that don't take away from the player he is. They got Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon been getting better every year. They have a solid team. The team went 10-6 without Jokic this year. That tells you right there the supporting cast is decent. He has enough to compete for championships. It ain't like the KD and Steph Curry Warriors walking around the league no more. It's no super teams no more. So y'all say he the best player in the league. He got to get it done. Y'all wasn't giving all these. Y'all didn't care who LeBron was playing with. When he lost, y'all said you got to get it done. Y'all didn't care who Kobe was playing with. Kobe Bryant, point guard was Smush Parker. Y'all didn't care. When he was losing, y'all let him hear it. But Jokic is always excuses. He doing this, he doing that. Well, them guys was doing their job when they was losing, and y'all ain't say that. So why is he getting judged on a whole different scale? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have a personal bias. They want to see him win it.
I feel like if he get put out against the Timberwolves in the first round, I just feel like we gotta look at it different. Like, man, hold on, maybe he's just stuffing the stat sheet, but he's not affecting winning to the degree of some of the other all-time greats. Like, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but Bron then took some teams worse than what Jokic got to the promised land.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, if we want to say he that caliber of player now because he got 3 MVPs, he got to deliver. He just can't be out here getting put out in the first round, second round. He only made it to the conference finals twice. It's just like, come on, what we talking about? Like, if he really that guy,
exactly,
you gotta come on, man. You gotta deliver. You can't just be.
I agree 100%.
You ain't got. It ain't like you ain't got no MVPs. You got 3 MVPs.
I thought he had 4 of them.
He got 3. They say he could have 5. That's what some people be saying. They're like, he's supposed to have 5 MVPs. He's supposed to have 5 MVPs, but he only been to 1 championship. Ain't nobody. And that don't, you know what I'm saying?
That's not adding up.
It ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. And they love to say who he playing with. Man, this man got a great combo guard and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's playoffs dropping 50.
At one point in time, before they became who they were, before Malone got there to coach, that was Murray's team.
Yeah, Jamal Murray was hooping.
It was his team. Before they won the championship, before Coach Malone got there. That was Murray's team. Then he got hurt, and that's when Joker stepped into that spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took him 7 or 8 years to start putting up numbers like this?
Yeah, Jokic, because I remember when he first started, it was him and that other big, Nurkic or something. They had traded him to the Blazers.
Right. Look at his first 4 or 5 seasons. He wasn't putting up, these crazy numbers like that.
Nah, his first season, he averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Second season, he averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. His third year, he averaged 18, 10, and 8. Then his fourth year, he averaged 20, 10, and 8. So he was getting better every year, but he ain't started dominating until his 6th year in the league. That's when he started from 26, 10, and 8. So it's when he won the MVP too. His 6th year in the league, that's when he started dominating.
Right, yeah, see.
But before then, he was a nice big. Before that, he was just a nice big. Somebody who numbers look like his, because he do have great numbers. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Because he averaged 27, 10, and 12 this year. The last year he averaged 29, 12, and 9. So man, the numbers crazy, but I just needed to translate to playoff success.
Yeah.
Translate to winning in the playoffs, going on deep playoff runs, at least going to the championship and competing. You've been out the conference one time.
That's kind of like all you can ask for in the West because it's so stacked. At least make it to the conference championship.
Yeah, exactly. At least go to the conference championship. But this year gonna be kind of hard. He got to beat the Timberwolves. I think he got the hardest road to the championship this year. I'm not gonna lie. He got to beat the Timberwolves. Then if he beat them, he got to go beat the Spurs. And if he beat them, he got to go beat the Thunder. Then if he beat them, he probably got to go beat the Celtics in the finals.
Yeah.
I don't see him beating all 4 of them teams. I just don't.
No, it's gonna be rough for anybody to win it this year. It's definitely gonna go 7 because these teams are gonna be so tired from battling each other. So I don't see it being easy for anybody this year.
Yeah.
Or for the years ahead, because the league It's like evenly matched now.
It is, and it's better like that.
Right, you don't know who's gonna win. I don't see anybody winning two in a row anymore for a while,
Well,
unless some players hook up again. The last team to repeat, I think, was the Golden State Warriors.
it was them. Like the
Last
KD
team to repeat.
Warriors.
So and that was like in what 20 with KD, right?
Yeah, that was 2017, 18. They repeated, I believe.
Damn, that was the last team to repeat, huh?
Yep. But you know, OKC got a chance this year. I feel like they got a favorable
Yeah,
path
they,
because they got. They play the Suns the first round. Then they got to play the Lakers or the Rockets, and then they have to play the Spurs or the Nuggets. I feel like that's what it's gonna get tough for them at once they get to that Western Conference Finals.
yeah,
And
and
then
they're not beating Spurs, so
how you take the Spurs?
yeah, I'm taking the Spurs over the Thunder. If it comes down to that in the West Finals, I'm taking the Spurs.
I'm gonna take OKC.
And I don't care if OKC has home court advantage. I'm taking the Spurs because they just don't have an answer for Wemby. And Spurs got some dogs defensively and offensively, young players too. So they match up with them as far as age, and they don't have an answer for Wemby, but they do have an answer for SGA. Darren Fox can match them bucket for bucket.
That boy is a problem, man. A
Yeah,
problem.
but Fox could match him bucket for bucket though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I don't know if De'Aaron Fox gonna match him, but De'Aaron Fox cold though.
yeah.
De'Aaron Fox cold for sure. But Shea, man, listen. I think if he continue his trajectory, we gonna be talking about him as one of the best guards all time. Because 30 points shooting 55% from the field, you know ain't nobody done that since Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan and probably KD, right?
KD ain't never shot 55% from the field, I don't think. I don't think Michael Jordan shot 55% from the field. Shea shooting 55% from the field, averaging 30.
Well, Shaq probably was the only person to really do that.
But you
Him
know,
and Dwight Howard probably.
they dunking the ball though.
Right, yeah.
Shea shooting jumpers, threes. Yeah, Mike never shot 55%, but he shot 50%. Shea the only person to shoot 50% and average 30 as a perimeter player since Michael Jordan.
Damn.
Yeah, he's shooting 55% from the floor as a guard. That's crazy. He's shooting 38% from the three. Why giving you 31 a game? You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that.
Yeah, he putting up numbers, I give him that. He's just too small, just like Derrick Rose was too small when it came to them going up against LeBron and the Heat. He was the superstar, he was just too small. SGA is just too small when he's their superstar, and to try to go bucket for bucket with Wemby is not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just
You know
too
he averaged,
small, and he's gonna run out of gas eventually.
you know he averaged more points than Wemby.
Yeah, that's because Wemby's not playing as many minutes. I think Wemby averaged probably 28 minutes per game or something like that, 30 minutes per game.
But one thing I can say about Wemby is he got away. Like he been good this whole year, but at the end of the season, his scoring went up. Like he started dropping 40 points consistently. That's why I think next year it's gonna be scary. That's what next year I feel like Spurs gonna win for sure. Like everybody stay healthy, Wemby stay healthy because he be having little injury problems. He could stay healthy, and they key players can stay healthy. I think next year gonna be their year for sure.
Yeah, I think he could easily average 40 points per game.
At least have 30s. He could at least average 35, 36.
Yeah,
It's just
easily.
if he don't bail out his opponents, like you 7'5", you really play around that rim and then just shoot threes here and there. Can't nobody stop him at that rim.
Yeah, I agree.
He ain't even got to jump the dunk.
Nah, so yeah, that's why I say he's a problem for OKC. They don't, I thought Chet would, match up with him, be sort of a obstacle for him, but nah, he go right through Chet.
Go right through Chet. Chet. I think people, maybe their expectation was a little bit too high for Chet. Because they thought Chet
Yeah.
and Wemby was going to be rivals, but Wemby way better than Chet. That ain't even no conversation.
I wouldn't say rivals, but I thought Chet would be able to give him the business and make him be like, okay, yeah, do the baller. I got to come with it. I didn't think Chet would be better than Wemby, but I thought he would, be able to make get Wemby's respect out there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Be like, yeah, do the baller. Yeah, so
y'all got to come with it whenever I'm playing against Chet. But I don't know. Maybe Chet got too many people around him that need the ball. SGA and Williams and a few other guys that need the ball. So maybe that's it. We need to go to the Atlanta Hawks or something. You know what I'm saying?
He can't leave the Thunder. The Thunder got a chance to be a dynasty. He can't walk away from that.
It's all about business, and he could make more money over there in Atlanta. Because he'd be more of a focal point of the offense.
Atlanta got them a young phenom though in Jalen Johnson.
They don't have a center though, and Chet or Aiden would be perfect over there. I like Chet over there though because
Yeah,
he can run with him.
I said not no Aiden, man. Aiden, you need a center, man. Don't be looking for Aiden.
Yeah, but
You looking for
it'd be
Aiden.
nice if Atlanta could get Chet. Yeah, that'd be ugly there.
Yeah, but he just signed a 5-year contract with the Thunder for 250 million. He ain't going nowhere.
Damn, Chet did.
Yep. When they won a championship, 5 years contract worth up to 250 million.
Damn.
But that's our show for today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for everybody who joined. Y'all can catch us every Friday and Saturday around this time after the games. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.